Good morning, students. Good morning, all. Can you hear me?
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, good morning. Very good morning. Why you are remaining silent? What happened today? Yes? Okay. Afsana? Are you talk with me? No. Okay, all right. So students, in the last class, we were discussing about scattering. Have you remember the topic? Do you remember it? Scattering, and one of the application of scattering is Tyndall effect. And what are the factors on which the scattering depends? That are the topic that we were discussing in our last class. All of you please switch on your video. What happened today for our 10A students or my smart kids? All of you please switch on your video. Okay. Good. So what do you mean by scattering? What do you mean by scattering? Who is ready to say the answer? What do you mean by scattering? Prajot, can you say what you mean by scattering? Some connectivity issues are there, right? Rose?
The phenomenon of change in the direction of the propagation of light caused by a large number of particles present in the atmosphere is called scattering of light.
Yes, very good. We know that normally the light have a tendency to travel in a straight line. But what happens during this scattering? The path of the or the direction of the light get changed when it is strikes on the particles present in the atmosphere. So my next question, what are the different types of particles present in the atmosphere? Aditya, can you say what are the different types of particles present in the atmosphere? Aditya S. Krishna. Is there any particles present in our atmosphere? Vishnupriya, is there any type of particles present in our atmosphere?
Yes, ma'am. Dust, water, moisture, mist.
Yes, our atmosphere is a mixture of gaseous molecule, water molecules and dust particles. So you just imagine if a water is, when we are dropping a water from a particular height to any object that is held in our hand, what happens to this water droplets? What happens to water?
Its size get reduced.
No, I am just pouring some water. I am just drop the water from a particular height. Okay, from a particular height I am just drop the water from a particular height to a medium. What happens to this water? Or if we are drop a ball or we can beads of a chain from a particular height to a medium. What happens to this
It
beads?
hits the surface and bounces back.
It is spread, isn't it? Is it spread or scatter?
Yes, ma'am.
That is what is actually happens in the case of light. Because whenever the light is entering from a sun, it get incident or it is strikes on some kind of particles present in our atmosphere. And our atmosphere consists of a mixture of gaseous molecules, water molecules and dust particles. So when the light that comes from the sun strikes on these particles, what happens? It is spread or the driving of light takes place. That phenomenon is known as scattering. So scattering is the spreading of light when it is incident on the particles present on the atmosphere is known as scattering. Okay, so you just compare this effect with that of a water which is falls on a particular surface. We know that whenever the water is falls on a particular surface, it gets scattered or it is spread. That is what is actually happens in the case of our light also. So it is the spreading of light when it is incident on the particles of the atmosphere. This is what is known as scattering. And what is the one of the practical application of scattering? Can you say one practical application of scattering? Yes.
Forest when sunlight comes through.
Yes, what is that entire phenomenon is known as? It is known as Very good, very good. It is known as Tyndall effect. What do you mean by Tyndall effect then? Aman, what do you mean by Tyndall effect?
The scattering of visible light by colloidal particles.
Very good. It is the scattering of light by the colloidal particles. And in the last class, we were discussing about the colloids. We know that in our chemistry class, we have studied or we are classified the solution into three: true solution, suspension, and colloids. In the case of true solution, the particles are in a completely dissolved state. We cannot distinguish between the solute and solvent. In the case of suspension, you just imagine that if a chalk powder is mixed in a bowl of water, we know that initially the particles are in a state of continuous motion, but after some times what happens to this chalk powder? It is settled down at the bottom. Okay, so that is what happens in the case of suspension. Now the third case, it is about colloid. This is the third classification of solution. And what about the colloids? In the case of colloids, the particles are never settled down. They are in a continuous motion. Okay. So as a result of this, whenever the light is passing through these colloids, the path of the light can be visible. So this is actually happens in the case of Tyndall effect. That is, the scattering of the light takes place with the help of colloidal particles. We know that the atmosphere is a mixture of gaseous molecules, dust particles, and water molecules. So whenever the light is entering or passing through this restless particles present in the atmosphere, it gets scattered and the path of the light beam can be visible. This is what is known as Tyndall effect. And what are the two examples for Tyndall effect that we were already discussed in our last class?
Tyndall effect can be seen in a dense forest.
Yes, very good. The Tyndall effect can be seen in a dense forest. In that case, moist particles, the light gets scattered by the moist particles. One more example is there.
An empty room.
Yes, in an empty room or a dark room. Very good. If a light enters through a small hole into a dark room or an empty room, the path of the light beam is visible. This is also an example for the Tyndall effect. Okay. So then the next class, in the last class, we will discuss one more topic, that about the factors which depends upon the scattering. Okay, Melvin, what are the factors that depends upon scattering? Try to say at least one factor that depends upon the scattering.
The matter.
Say loudly. Yes. Did anyone remember it? Aditya? Yes. Yes, Melvin.
That atmospheric condition.
Atmospheric particle note. Aditya,
Yes, ma'am.
what are the factors on which the phenomenon of scattering depends? Nirupama, any idea?
Wavelength of light,
Very good. Wavelength of light and
size of particles.
size of particles. There are two factors which depends on the scattering of light. And how the wavelength of light depends on scattering? Ashik, how the wavelength depends on scattering? Greater the wavelength,
lesser the scattering.
lesser the scattering. So greater the wavelength, lesser will be the scattering. They are inversely proportional. Similarly, lesser the wavelength, what about the
Greater
scattering?
scattering.
Greater the scattering. So students, can you say which light get more scattered? Which light get more scattered?
Violet,
Purple.
Violet, indigo or blue. Why? Because these light possess less wavelength. So lesser the wavelength, greater will be the scattering. So here we know that we have a spectrum of colors, and the spectrum of colors consisting of how many colors are there consisting in spectrum? 7. What are they? Violet,
red,
indigo,
Blue, green, yellow.
blue, green, yellow, orange, red. And out of these 7 colors, violet, indigo and blue possess less wavelength, so it is scatters more as compared to that of the other colors. And the second factor depends upon the scattering is size of the particle. How the size of the particle depends on scattering? Any idea? Arjun? How the size of the particle depends on scattering?
The density of that medium.
Is it depends upon the density?
And small size.
Yes. We are classify the particles into based on their size. Small particles, large particles and the particles they are very large enough. If the particles are very small, what is the color of the light gets scattered?
So,
If the particle is small in size, what is the nature of the light gets scattered?
Violet blue.
Yes, the light with a lesser wavelength. So the second factor that is depends upon scattering is size of the particle. Size of particles. If the size of the particle is very less, then it scatters light with a lesser wavelength. Okay. If the size of the particle is large or more, it will scatters the light with a greater wavelength. Similarly, if the size of the particles are very large enough, if it is large enough, large size particle,
white light.
yes, very good. It scatters white light because it scatters all the colors equally. We know that the spectrum of colors is consisting of 7 colors. So if the particles are large enough, it scatters all these 7 colors equally. So it will be appear as white. So today we are going to discuss the applications of this. Okay, are you ready? So let us start. Students, have you ever observed our sky?
Yes, ma'am.
How it is looks like? What's the color of the sky?
So,
Sky
Blue. It is sky blue. Okay, it is blue in color. Okay. And students, have you ever wondered why the color appears as blue?
yes,
And
ma'am.
why the clouds present on the sky appears as white? What's the reason behind it?
Reflecting from the sun.
They will absorb
White
every
light
other
absorbing.
wavelength except the white and the blue.
Yes, it is due to some phenomena related to our scattering. So today we are going to discuss the reason behind the beautiful sky. Okay, so let us start. All of you write the heading. Yes, it is founded by C.V. Raman. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the blue color of the sky. Today we are going to discuss about the blue color of the sky. Why the sky appears blue? Why the sky appears as blue while the clouds present in the sky appears as white? What is the reason behind these two phenomena? So all of you listen here. After that you can copy down this answer. Here the sky appears as blue because we know that the atmosphere is a mixture of particles like gaseous molecules, water molecules and dust particles. So whenever the light coming from the sun enters through this particle, what happens? It undergoes scattering. But we know that the light coming from the sun consists of 7 colors. But why the blue color is only scattered more? Does all the light rays are scattered equally here?
Longer.
No. Why?
Density.
Yes, because it is depends upon the wavelength. We know that the spectrum of colors, the spectrum consisting of 7 different colors, and these colors are possess different wavelength. So you just imagine if here our sun is present here. The light coming from the sun undergoes scattering when it is passing through the particles present in the atmosphere. But here all the light rays are not scattered equally because it is depends upon the wavelength of the light that is coming from the sun. We know that one of the factor that is depends upon the scattering is the wavelength. If lesser the wavelength, more will be the scattering. And we know that the light with the violet, indigo and blue, that is scatters more as compared to that of the other colors. That is why the sky appears blue. So this is the answer. That is, whenever the light is passing through the atmosphere, it gets scattered by the particles present in the atmosphere. Then the light with the lesser wavelength, that is blue light, get more scattered as compared to that of the other colors. That is why the sky appears as blue. Now again, sometimes you may have a doubt in your mind, right? Is there any doubt arise in your mind? You can ask it freely. No doubt.
Friends.
Yes, Vishnupriya, ask it.
Sometimes sky also become red color.
Yes, that we can discuss after, hereafter. Is there any other doubt? Here I will say, yes.
Why it's not violet?
Very good. Why it is not violet or indigo in color? That is a good doubt. Because we know that whenever the light is entered into the atmosphere, it gets scattered by the particles present in the atmosphere. And it scatters only the light with a smaller wavelength. That is, it scatters violet, indigo and blue. It scatters violet, indigo and blue. But instead of the sky appearing as violet or indigo, the sky appears as blue only. So, one more reason behind it. It is because we know that the spectrum consists of 7 colors. Out of the 7 colors, the amount of blue color is more as compared to that of the violet and indigo. In the spectrum of colors, the amount of blue color is more as compared to that of the violet and indigo. And one more reason is that our human eye is more sensitive to blue color than that of violet and indigo. So these are the 2 reasons why the sky appears as blue. So you don't need to write this reason, it's an extra information for you. You only need to write this. A clear cloudless sky time, sky appears blue because molecules in the air scatter the blue light from the sun more than the scattered red light. You only need to write this. So the first and foremost answer you must write why the sky appears as blue. It is because of scattering. Sometimes it may be asked in the multiple choice question or short answer question. Why does the sky appears as blue? The sky appears as blue due to scattering. That is, whenever the light entering into the atmosphere, the light gets scattered by the mixture of particles present in the atmosphere. Then the light with a shorter wavelength, that is blue light, gets scattered more as compared to that of the other light. This is the reason behind the sky appears as blue. And if you have any extra question like this, why it appears as blue instead of violet or indigo, then you can write the 2 reasons. Because in the spectrum consists of 7 colors. Out of the 7 colors, the blue color is present in more amount as compared to that of the violet and indigo. In addition with this, our human eye is more sensitive towards the blue color. Okay, that is why the sky appears blue in color. Is it clear? Is there any doubt you can ask? So all of you write the answer. Why is the sky blue? A clear cloudless daytime, sky is blue because the molecules in the air scatter blue light. In bracket you can write it is of lesser wavelength. Blue light scatters more because it possesses less wavelength. It possesses less wavelength. The molecules present in the air scatter the blue light with a less wavelength from the sun more than that scatter the red light. Okay. Is it clear to you? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the sky appears as blue because the light scattered by the particles present in the atmosphere. So the atmospheric particles scatters the light with a less wavelength, that is blue. That is why our sky appears as blue in color. So my next question, the sky appears as blue, then why the clouds appears as white in color? Why the clouds appears white in color? You can just correlate it with that of the size of the particles. Any guess? Yes, very good. The clouds are made with particles of water molecules, ice and dust particles. The cloud is a mixture of water molecules, ice and dust particles, and they are large enough in its size. Yes? Hello? Who is asked the doubt? Ask it loudly. Who is it? Rifa?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, will you explain that that sky remaining blue color one more time?
Okay. The appearance of why the sky appears as blue. Okay. So students, all of you listen here. We know that the sky consists of a mixture of particles, not the sky, the atmosphere. The atmosphere is consist of mixture of particles. What are the particles present in the atmosphere, Rifa?
Mist,
Mist?
air,
Yes. Dust particles,
particles.
moist, mist, gaseous molecules, water molecules. These are the different particles present in the atmosphere. So when the light coming from the sun enter into the atmosphere, what happens to this light?
will get scattered.
Yes, it gets scattered by these particles present in the atmosphere. Okay, whenever the light coming from the sun enter into the atmosphere, it gets scattered by the particles present in the atmosphere. Okay, then my next question, does all the light rays are get scattered equally? Does it scattered equally?
No.
No,
No.
because it is depends upon the wavelength. It is depends upon the wavelength of the light. Okay, so whenever the light entering from the sun into the atmosphere, it's scattered by the particles present in the atmosphere. So the light with the less wavelength, that is blue light, gets scattered more. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So my next question, why the clouds appears as white? Why the clouds appears as white?
Because of the water molecules
Yes, it is because of the
water molecule, ice molecule, and dust particles, and it is dark enough. So,
yes.
yes.
Because we know that in the sky, clouds are there. Just imagine this is our cloud. Okay. Clouds are present in the sky, and these clouds consist of water molecules, dust particles, and ice. That is the clouds made up of water molecules, dust particles, and ice, and they are large enough in its size. They are large enough in its size. The clouds are made up of water molecules, dust particles, and ice, and they are large enough in its size. Hence, it scatters all the lights equally. Hence, it scatters all the light equally. Why clouds? Why the clouds appears white? Because the clouds are made up of water molecule, dust particles, and ice, and they are large enough in its size, so it scatters all the light rays equally, so they appears as white. Whenever all the light rays, the spectrum consists of 7 colors. If the 7 colors are scattered equally, then it appears as white, as in total. Is it clear? Why the clouds appears as white? The clouds appears as white because it is made up of water molecules, dust particles, and ice. They are large enough in size, so it scatters all the light rays equally. It scatters all the light rays equally. These are some. Okay. The question is this: why the clouds appears as white? Because the cloud is made up of. The clouds are made up of water molecules, dust particles, and ice. The clouds are made up of water molecules, dust particles, and ice, and they are large enough in its size. And they are large enough in its size. They are large enough in its size. Hence, it scatters all the light rays equally. Hence, it scatters all the light rays equally. So, this is the reason our cloud appears as white. Since the molecules present in the clouds are very large enough, they have the ability to scatter the light rays equally. That is why it appears as white.
Ma'am,
Hence, it scatters. Hence, it scatters all the light rays equally. Hence, it scatters all the light rays equally. The sky appears as blue because whenever the light rays enter into the atmospheric particles, it gets scattered by the small sized particles present in the atmosphere. So what happens? The light with the lesser wavelength, that is blue light, gets scattered. That is why the sky appears as blue. While the clouds present in the sky appears as white because the clouds are made up of ice, water molecules and dust particles, and they are large enough in its size. Hence, they scatter the light equally. They scatter all the light rays equally. That is why the clouds appears as white. Is it clear? Yes? Is there any doubt you can ask? Okay, okay. Yes. Can we move to the next topic? So these are very sure questions you can expect for the exam from this chapter. That is why the sky appears blue in color, while the clouds appears as white, twinkling of stars, advanced sunrise and delayed sunset. These are the sure questions from this chapter. Okay. So now we are moving to the next topic.
Can you show the last slide?
Which one? This one. Which slide you want?
Why the sky is blue?
Why the sky appears as blue. Okay. Why the sky appears as blue? The first answer you must write, it appears as blue because of scattering. This is the first and foremost answer you must write. Why is the sky appears blue? Because of scattering. Then explain the reason if it is asked. A clear cloudless daytime, sky is blue because molecules in the air scatter the blue light with less wavelength. With less wavelength. From the sun more than they scatter the red light. This is the reason why is the sky appears as blue. So here we were discussing about the different characteristics of the light. We were discussing about the dispersion, atmospheric refraction, and now the another interesting characteristic of the light, that is scattering. One of the practical application of dispersion is rainbow formation, and that of the atmospheric refraction is twinkling of stars and advanced sunrise and delayed sunset. And now we are discussing about scattering. One of the daily life example of scattering is the blue color of the sky or the white color of the clouds. Is it clear? Okay. Can I change the slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, again, here Vishnupriya asked one doubt. During sunrise and sunset, what about the color of the sky?
Right.
Is it blue?
Red.
No, it is appears as red. So, why the sky appears as red during sunrise and sunset? Why it is not as blue? That is the next doubt. So, now we are, yes, because during that time sometimes the light with more wavelength is get scattered, right? It is almost right. So now we can discuss the reason. Okay. So before that, I want to ask one question. Students, can you say what about the position of the sun during sunrise and sunset? What about the position of the sun? That we were discussed when we are discussed about the advanced sunrise and delayed sunset in the case of atmospheric refraction. Where is the position of the sun during sunrise and sunset?
During sunrise, it will be at the east top.
Okay, that is what is we are normally used to say. There is a specific position. If and only if the sun crosses this point, then only we can say that actual sunrise or actual sunset is occurs. What is that point?
Horizon.
Yes, very good. It is horizon, right? It is the horizon. So the actual sunrise or actual sunset takes place if and only if the sun crosses the horizon. So we can say during sunrise and sunset, the sun is near the horizon. Horizon is an imaginary line at which the earth's surface meets the sky. Okay, so during sunrise and sunset, our sun is near the horizon. It is near the horizon. So what happens? The sunlight has to travel a large distance before reaching into our eye. During sunrise and sunset, the sun is near the horizon. So the light coming from the sun has to travel a large distance before entering into our eye. So when they are entering into the atmosphere, what happens? Normally the scattering takes place, and the light with a lesser wavelength, that is our blue light, gets scatters away, and the light with a larger wavelength, that is red light, undergoes less scattering, and finally it reaches our eye. Once again I will explain with the help of the image. Okay. So during sunrise and sunset, the sun is near the horizon. So what happens? The sunlight has to travel a large distance before it is enter into our human eye. It has to travel this much distance before entering into the eye. So when it is traveling through the atmosphere, we know that atmosphere is a mixture of particles. Atmosphere is a mixture of particles. So the light that is coming from the sun gets scattered by the particles present in the atmosphere. So all the other colors of the light get scattered away. It gets scattered away here. And only the light with a larger wavelength, that is we know that red undergo less scattering, it is finally reaches to the eye because it is not undergoes any kind of scattering. Since red light is with a more wavelength, it undergoes less scattering, so it reaches our eye. When it travels a large distance, all the other colors of the light is scattered away. So finally it reaches only with the red color. That is why the sky appears as red during sunrise and sunset. It is because of the position of the sun. During sunrise and sunset, the position is at near the horizon, which is a large distance from that of the earth's surface. So the light has to travel this much distance before reaching into our eye. So when they are traveling through the atmosphere, what happens? The light with the lesser wavelength are scattered away, and only the red light which undergoes less scattering reaches our eye.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the reason. I think this slide is not clear. When the sunlight travels a long path through the atmosphere, all of you write the reason. When the sunlight travels a long path through the atmosphere, when the sunlight travels a long path through the atmosphere, the blue light has been mostly removed. The blue light has been mostly removed, leaving mostly red and yellow light. When the sunlight travels a long path through the atmosphere, the blue light has been mostly removed, leaving mostly the red and yellow light. That is why during sunrise and sunset, the sky appears a reddish orange reddish color. When the sunlight travels a long path through the atmosphere, the blue light has been mostly removed, leaving mostly the red and yellow light.
Since it is still day, then it will be,
Yes?
distance will be equal. So how the sunlight's color is
Yes, it's not clear. Ask once again.
yellow. And the sunlight's color is yellow. No?
Sunlight color is yellow. Sunlight is not only consist of yellow color. It is a combination of 7 colors. Okay. The light that coming from the sun is consist of 7 colors. That is what is we are call it as spectrum. That is what is we are call it as spectrum. So whenever the light is passing through this much distance, the light with a smaller wavelength, that is violet, indigo, blue, green, all these light with a lesser wavelength are scatters away, and the light with a longer wavelength like orange, yellow and red is finally reaches into our eye. And in the spectrum, the amount of red color is more and the wavelength of red color is more as compared to that of the other colors. That is why the sky appears as red. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that's all about the reddish color of the sky during the sunrise and sunset. So that's all for today's class. So see you in the next class. Thank you all. Bye. Have a nice day.